Deadstream is an absolute hooty hoot. It's a horror comedy about an absolute worm of a content creator who spends the night in a haunted house. Sign me the fuck up. That sounds great. It sends up annoying YouTubers perfectly. Now, I get it. That is super rich coming from me, a somewhat annoying YouTuber. But Taylor Swift said it best. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. And just like Queen Tay-Tay, I'm not going to change my behavior in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to acknowledge them through song and move the fuck on. Now, don't get me wrong. I know I'm not as annoying as some of the absolute screeching Minecraft banshees I've seen on the tubes, but there is something grating about someone who needs everyone to know their opinion on everything. And on that note, guys, look, it's here. Look what's arrived. It's my opinion. And my opinion on Deadstream is, it's great. Is it an all-timer to be held up and worshipped in the halls of horror comedy, such as Shaun of the Dead, What We Do in the Shadows, Cabin in the Woods, Dale and Tucker vs. Evil? No, but if those movies played at a music festival, Deadstream could open for them, no problems. The humour is completely derived from the streamer Sean's unending need for attention, grinding against his cowardly antics for like 90 minutes, and it makes for some really great, gruesome comedy. The scares in this are almost entirely jump scares, so if you don't like that, you might have an issue. And they're almost entirely homages to classic horror movies, like The Evil Dead being the biggest influence here. And they're actually effective. Like, they're effective jump scares. They're cheap, but they're effective. And that got me through most of the movie. Like, most of the movie, you can just sit back and watch and wish death upon this absolute fucking crab. So that does take the scare out of it a bit. It's like the end of the year when your footy team's been knocked out of finals, so you just get to watch the rest of the games play out with no stake on who wins or loses. It's that feeling. It's a lovely scare, tension, palate cleanser. Sean is played masterfully in this by Joseph Winter, who actually wrote and directed this in tandem with his wife Vanessa, and I was gobsmacked that he's not actually a YouTuber, because he nails the frantic, babbling speech pattern that a lot of the more grating ones have. And just like them, he's fucking clueless on how to be a semi-decent human being. So even in his moments of redemption, he misses the mark so wide, which in my probably my favorite scene leads to a very, very funny video dedication that I won't spoil here, but it's fuck, it had me in stitches. They also do one of my favorite gags that Cabin in the Woods did really well, and that is having Sean miserably flounder over his puzzle solving and investigation ability while children in the comments bombard him with how to solve it, and then they have to walk him through it, which it's perfectly done here. It adds to it so well. I recommend watching this if you like movies like Dale and Tucker, Shaun of the Dead, any of the influencer sort of stuff, if you like watching YouTube influencers. If your children have subjected you to hours and hours of inane Twitch and YouTuber screeching, and you want to see one of them suffer for a bit, you want to see them pay the price, I get it. This is the movie for that. It is super cathartic. I don't recommend watching this if you want something scary. While there are pretty good jump scares in this, you fucking hate Sean, so you sort of want him to die, so that takes the sting out of him. If you hate horror comedies too, I get it. They can be hit or miss. They need to be almost perfect for them to work. Stay away from this one. If you need to like the characters to enjoy a horror movie, like if you need a connection to the characters, you won't find it here. Sean's a fucking worm, but it's great to watch him squirm. And that's what the price of admission is for this. All in all, if you like horror comedies and you've seen all the ones previously mentioned, this might be for you. This is probably your next one. I actually have Housebound coming up in the next week, which I've heard is fucking brilliant. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe we have another contender in the Horror Comedy Hall of Fame. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for another review. Peace.